And so I came across the ESAI along the way, mostly at the time I was in the EPA. And the two connections I would have is, first of all, going to the annual meetings, your conference, the Environ conference in Sligo when Francis was running it, in Athlone, in UCD, and various places like that, and always being impressed with what went on. And the second way I came across it, Niamh, was just seeing the people that were coming in as new graduates into those state agencies, having been through what I call the training course that you guys offer. And I think that ESAI is a great network because it's sort of training the whole generation of people who came into the science, the monitoring, the research, the decision-making, the assessment of environment in Ireland. So the 30 years of ESAI has been, I suppose, a flowering of that. And that's what I've observed over the years. Yeah. So I'm really interested in the science and also the governance of water in Ireland. And when I was in the Marine Institute, we tried to make sure that industry got more involved and understood the science better. So social learning about science, I did a doctorate in that in Waterford IT. And then when I was in the EPA, we worked with the local authorities and with the department to set up a better structure for governance of water in Ireland, how we manage water. And so I think the research part of it and the politics part of it and the industry, the community part comes together really in a place like water. And science is really important as a way of helping people learn. And I used to fish when I was a teenager, when I was in school and college. So I grew up with a love of the ocean. And I think my interest in the marine then in turn stimulated a broader interest in water in general. And particularly then working in fisheries, when I worked in inland fisheries, the River Suir, Barrow and Oran Suir, and then later on in the EPA, seeing the importance of those assets. So I see water really in a kind of a community sense as being a resource that we have to look after better. So I come at the value of water from a socioeconomic point of view really, as seeing it's something that belongs in a landscape, in a context with people, and the science has to take that on board. I think that, again, going back over the 30 years of ESAI, there has been gradually an unfolding of interest, a growing awareness in the media, in public discourse, in the universities, in the government. It's slow to come with the government, to be honest with you, but we're getting there with climate policy, we're getting there with water policy, and we're not quite there with nature policy, but I'm encouraged with the way in which Ireland Inc. and Europe and the world is paying more attention to those issues. Whether it is in environmental research or any other kind of career, is as far as possible to be yourself and to learn who you are and to take inspiration from where you came from and from the people around you and from the landscape around you and put that to work. And then if you do that, you're more likely to kind of end up doing work that you're interested in because it has some meaning for you. So it's really important to find things you're interested in. And one of the things that sparks that is your own background. So everybody brings from wherever they are, Newmarket, dairy farmer, there's something about that basically, is a sense of identity. So I think it's really important that we bring that into our work with us.